Hello, everyone. My name is Leigh-Anne Williams from Good Hope FM. If you are watching us right now, you can catch us live on Facebook. You can catch us on YouTube as well as the Good Hope FM website as well. It is so wonderful to be here with you. We are, I think, at the bottom end of Youth Month as we celebrate Future Cape Town, and we're doing so with ABSA. Now, this Youth Month, ABSA is not just celebrating youth. They're doing something so much bigger. They are backing youth-owned SMEs to grow. How amazing is that? ABSA wants to revive youth-owned businesses and are committing to backing over 100 youth-owned entrepreneurs around the country. They are putting the me back in SME and growing Mzansi, that is Africanacity. So today I'm so happy to be speaking to a young woman who is making waves in the industry. I met her a few years ago, but she wasn't doing what she's doing right now. We're going to catch up with some of her journey. Currently, she's the founder of Amplified Africa, a digital marketing agency invested in teaching young women digital marketing skills for economic emancipation. She's been a strategic communicator for brands and has since been featured in Go Hustle, a digital platform that showcases young women in business. I'm talking to Siki Msuseni, joining us today as we continue to chat about youth-owned entrepreneurs and businesses. Siki, welcome to Good Hope FM.
Thank you for having me once again, Leigh-Anne.
It's so wonderful to have you here. Like I said, you and I kind of crossed paths. We were at different events in the past, but you were a blogger then.
Yes.
And now you are the founder of Amplified Africa.
I am.
What's that journey been like for you?
It's been a tough one. It's been 5 years in business.
Wow.
Yes. So
And a pandemic thrown in, huh? Just for good measure.
yes, and that's been the tough part, of course, the
Yeah.
pandemic. But it's been 5 years in business, teaching young women digital marketing skills for economic emancipation. But not only that, working as an agency to amplify other brands and teach other people on how to become entrepreneurs.
So let's get to know you a little bit more.
Yes.
Where are you from? How old are you? If you're comfortable to say that, you can be like, I'm in my 20s, girl. And how did you get to this place right now where you are at in life?
So I am not 20.
You're in your 20s?
No. I'm 31 years old.
Awesome.
Yes, and I'm from Goodwood in Cape Town.
Okay, awesome.
Yes. And what was your other question? Sorry, I missed
What
it.
was the journey to getting to this place of being the founder of Amplified Africa?
I always say Wi-Fi is my best friend.
Okay.
So whenever we see Wi-Fi anywhere, I connect.
Yes.
And the internet has been the place where my journey has started.
Yeah.
Starting off as a blogger in the digital marketing space, and being a blogger has helped me and elevated me to get exposure for the brands that I've worked on. And how I came about this is because I was blogging and I was very keen on social media, being online all the time on our phones, but using that strategically and not just being on my phone, but as a content creator and being a platform for brands to be a media partner for brands. So that's how I came about with Amplified Africa.
But what was your why for leaving your job of being a blogger to start this platform?
Okay, my why has also been I've been at award-winning agencies. I've been part of campaigns where I have been very much creative. And also my why was that I was looking for freedom of time, freedom of location. You know, now we are all working from home, working from anywhere that you want to be. So my why was because I was looking for location independence.
Love that.
So
location independence. I'm here for all of these cool terms.
It's called digital nomad in our time. So I wanted to be that, and I signed out, and I wanted to teach a young woman digital marketing skills and to amplify or to position themselves for brand partnerships, for strategic brand partnerships. And my why is I want the young girl out there to know that the internet has money.
Come on.
There's money.
Come on.
There's real money in the internet.
Yes.
And our parents would think otherwise because they're from another generation.
Yeah.
But it is true. There's money in internet.
There is money in the internet. Do not just use it for selfies. Hashtag selfies. So many
Yeah.
people were retrenched during COVID,
Yes.
lost their jobs, had to start a side hustle, had to start something new, maybe even had to start the real thing that they were passionate about.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part of transitioning from being a blogger to starting your own platform?
For me, it was people having to take you serious.
Yeah.
Now you're moving away from this airy fairy, getting press releases, posting them on your site, rewording them. It has moved from that to you being a business.
Yeah.
And people not understanding what you do. So that was the difficult part for me. Yeah.
What are some of the biggest myths and misconceptions about starting your own business in this current dispensation?
Sure, there's a lot.
Tell us. We want to know.
One of them is people thinking that you can make money immediately
Yeah.
and not having patience
Yeah.
to grow a community. People want followers, but are your followers warm enough to buy from you?
Phew.
And
Powerful.
yeah.
Do you know
So-
who your followers are? Do you understand who your audience is? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's important to know that you need to be patient. Unfortunately, you can't think that this is going to be overnight success.
Yeah.
And that's what most people think. And thinking that you're going to make big money at the beginning. People are not going to trust you at the beginning. You need to know, they need to have no like and buy factor. I call it that. They need to know you, they need to like you, and then they need to trust you, trust factor.
Yeah.
And so that's what the misconceptions are about the industries. Think
Yeah.
that you're going to make money at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What would you say are maybe three of the most fundamental foundations that you need to have before you can even sell your product or tell the world about what it is that you are wanting to do?
Get your money right. The foundations of money management is so
Yes.
important.
Shoo.
You need to know your money very well and not think that just because you got a big paycheck today,
Yeah.
it's going to come next month. Be very frugal with your money.
Yeah.
And then the next one is that you need to read and write very well.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, you need to write. You know, it's so important to be a good writer.
Yes.
And thirdly, build meaningful networks.
So
Your
important.
network is so important. Those
Yeah.
people are the warm, your inner circle is the good circle. So build networks. Don't fall for titles. I say
Yeah.
fall for people. Build meaningful relationships with people. I am where I am because of meaningful relationships and not having ulterior motives
Yeah.
to collaborate with other people. So collaboration. I can never stop stressing that. Collaborate with other individuals.
Beautiful. If you've just joined us, I'm chatting to Siki Msuseni, who is the founder of Amplified Africa, a digital marketing agency invested in teaching young women digital marketing skills for economic emancipation. Because this Youth Month, ABSA is not just celebrating youth, they are doing something better. They are backing youth-owned SMEs to grow, and that's what it's about. How hard is it to grow as a business in South Africa today, especially for a young person?
It's very hard. The unemployment rate is very high.
Yeah.
The funding, access to funding, and all the paperwork. For me, it's all the paperwork to get access to funding. There's so many red tape around it, and it's close to impossible.
Wow.
Yes. So it's tough,
Yeah.
but it's doable.
It's tough, but it's doable. But support is also necessary. And that is why what ABSA is doing to support youth-owned businesses is absolutely crucial
Yeah.
because it's so hard out there.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you about some of the, maybe tips and tricks, the knowledge and the stories that you can share with us that you've learned on your journey, because I always find it so interesting. It's one thing reading about it in a book, but it's another thing when someone tells you their story of how they got to where they want to be. If you have any questions for Siki, you are very welcome to join us. Ooh, cha, I can just see here, serving legs today on this screen. Megan Martin joined us. Megs is here as well. Hillary, hello. Norma, Faye's here. Sophia, Asanda, you are welcome to send through your questions. All right, so I'm going to throw a word out there for you, Siki, and then just from your own experience with business and your own journey, I want you to just answer in terms of what that means to you.
Yeah.
When it comes to saving as a young entrepreneur, how important is that?
It's so important. You can play with your money, but savings are so important. You need to save, save, save. Yeah.
Absolutely. When it comes to money managing as a young entrepreneur, how important is it and why?
It's important because your business is its foundation is on money.
Yeah.
So for your business to survive and stay up front, you need to be able to have saved. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And money management. And
Yeah.
get financial advice. There's so many personal financial advice out there. YouTube is your friend. Some of them are Nicolette Mashile on YouTube, and on Twitter is Koshik. Someone called Koshik who is on Twitter, and you get your money advice on there. Yeah.
How important is it to build yourself? We were talking about it on radio a bit earlier, and it was all about making sure that you are the most knowledgeable, that you are educating yourself. You said the internet is your friend. Don't be afraid to research. Don't be afraid to learn. But from your experience, how important is it to build yourself up when you're becoming an entrepreneur?
It's so important. Your personal brand, I always say building a personal brand, because whatever you do around that personal brand, it will manifest into something good. Building a good reputation for yourself is so important. And learning new skills. We shouldn't be afraid to learn new skills. Stay hungry, stay foolish, as Steve Jobs says. So we need to build new skills is so important. Yeah.
Absolutely. What advice do you have for women who are wishing to do the same as you've done, following your footpaths in this very uncertain world that we are living in right now?
I always say you need to be brave. You need to not be scared to put yourself out there. You need to not be scared to put your work out there and to be a self-starter. People always say I'll only get to wherever I need to be once I get funding, once I'm connected to so-and-so. But it's so important for you to actually be a self-starter. I started my business with the internet and using the friends that I have.
Sure.
And I did free work. Don't be afraid to do free work. It's controversial, but when you're starting off, for your name to be out there, you first need to do trade exchanges or free work. So I say for young women out there, to be brave enough to be a self-starter is so important.
Can one start a business without money?
You can start a business with a logo.
Okay.
I say. So if you have to pay for that logo or anything,
Okay.
yes, you can start a business without money, Leigh-Anne.
Yeah.
There are ways that you can do it, and I'm convinced that I can teach ways on how to do that.
Listen, Amplified Africa will teach you the ways of starting a business without any money, because that's the thing. I think that's the excuse that a lot of people have. Oh, I don't have capital.
Yes.
Oh, I need this, I need that. But the truth is that even if you start small,
With what you
just
have.
start.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. You were talking about free work. Whew,
Yes.
that you're swearing at people now.
I am.
Listen,
I know.
Linda, people don't want to work for free. When I started out in the industry, and I say this all the time, I worked for next to nothing,
Yes.
because what I was gaining was experience.
Yes.
What I was gaining was learning on the job, picking up those
It's
soft skills
invaluable.
that a
Yes.
university is not going to teach you. You need to learn that, but you can only learn that through experience.
Yeah.
So working for free is not actually working for free.
Yeah.
You're still getting something at the end of it, but it's knowledge and it's growth.
Yes, it is.
As an individual.
It's good for your CV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And one day the money will come.
Yes,
The
it
money
will.
will come
It
eventually.
will.
We're proof of that. I want to talk to you about any maybe stories that stand out for you, highlights in your own career. Before we talk about challenges,
Yes.
highlights, moments where you were like, this is what made it all worthwhile.
Geez, I can't think of something right now, but what I can tell you is that I've had women mentors that have
Yeah.
helped me. You know, we stand at the giants of others.
Yeah.
And we come as one, but stand as 1,000. That's
Yes.
what they say. It has been so important, and I've collaborated with so many women out there, especially mothers. It's so weird that businesswomen that are mothers, they've got this
Wow,
nurturing
I love that.
ability to them, and I've been nurtured by women around me, and it has been so fruitful for me to be nurtured.
Yeah, it's so amazing that you say that, because I think my entire journey through what I've done, women have been at every single pivotal chapter
Yes.
of my growth.
Yes.
And it's so powerful what we can do when we actually do it together.
Yeah.
You are not, you should never feel as though someone's going to take anything from you, or if I share too much information, oh, they might take my job. I always believe when God opens a door, no man can close it. So believe in yourself, believe in your own talents, believe in your own journey, and you'll get there. But you can help people along the way.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong
Yes.
with helping people along the way. All right, so your particular challenges with maybe also regards to being a woman in the industry.
The one that stands out for me is that I'm in a male-dominated industry.
The world is a male-dominated industry.
Yes. And the imposter syndrome creeps up a bit, and you
Yeah.
think to yourself, am I capable enough to do the work that I've spoken myself outside the rooms,
Yeah,
you know. Even taking this interview, I was like, people will think I'm a fraud.
Wow.
But yet I've
Before
got
you
years
before
of
you even
backing me up.
started,
Yeah.
already the imposter syndrome
Yeah.
was trying to get you to back out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you speak yourself out of the rooms, and you have to have a accountability partner. Coming back to what stands out for me in my career, the challenges is that I've got imposter, but having an accountability partner like a friend who is always there for you and say, you're a good writer, stop judging your writing. You're a
Yeah.
good speaker, stop judging yourself. So one thing that stands out for me is that one thing that stands out in the challenges is that the imposter syndrome creeps up,
Yeah.
but having accountability partners is so important.
For those who have never heard about the imposter syndrome, can you
Yeah.
give us a short description of what it is?
It's thinking that you're not good enough. That's what it is. And it's that small voice in your head that tells you you're not capable.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
going to find you out. You're not good enough to be here. You're a fraud. Leave now
Yes.
before they find out about you. We all have it.
Yes,
We all
absolutely.
have it.
Yeah.
And it does threaten to ruin an opportunity before it's even begun. And it's through no one else
Yeah.
but ourselves.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
But ourselves. Imposter syndrome is a
Yeah.
huge one.
Yeah.
For young girls and also young guys that
Mm.
are watching right now, I think we were talking a bit earlier on the show today about anxiety in children and what it must be like to be a child in a post-pandemic world. I can imagine what it must be like to be a young adult in a post-pandemic world where there is less money for things, less funding, less opportunities because world economies have taken a knock,
Yeah.
taken a beating. So what would your advice be to a young person who is trying to make their way in a post-pandemic world?
Yeah. For me, it is just start. Perfection will meet you along the way.
Sure.
There are challenges that you're going to be faced with, but just start. Don't be afraid to start.
Yeah.
And also use your network. You know, for some people, they say, I live in a small community outside of Cape Town. I don't have access to these platforms such as Good Hope FM.
Yeah.
But your community radio is a great place to start. And you spread from their community into regional, international.
Yeah.
So I always say, just start. Perfection will meet you along the way. Use the resources that you have. If you have a smartphone, start building an Instagram account for
Yeah.
businesses and reach out to businesses and say, hey, would you like me to do your Instagram account and manage your Instagram account?
Yeah.
And that will put you, and that will build a portfolio, because these days it's so important to have a portfolio of work. So I always say, just start. Perfection will meet you along the way.
I love that. I love that. Oprah once said, find a way to get paid for doing what you love. Do you find truth in that statement?
Absolutely. Yes, I do. I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
I'm teaching digital marketing skills. And not only that, I run an agency. I get to sit in boardrooms
Yeah.
where I move the needle. And that is so, it's really so thrilling. Yeah.
How important is digital marketing skills in the world we live in today?
Oh, it's so important. Everyone is online. So
Yeah.
digital is from SEO, from Instagram, from social media management.
Okay.
It's pay-per-click. It's a lot of things. And I'm throwing words out there that you may not understand.
Yeah,
But digital marketing is everything. It's your SMS that you get from your favorite. It's your email marketing that you get from your favorite Mr. Delivery. And sorry for calling out names of brands.
All good. It's all good. They must pay us. Eh? We're giving you advertising here.
But it's your email marketing, getting your emails from your favorite brands online. So it's broad, and you can niche down and say you're an agency just for email marketing. You're an agency just for social media marketing. It's very important these days to be on digital. Even our parents are on digital. Your WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. They're getting
Yeah.
there, slowly but
Yes.
surely. They're getting there. If you've just joined us, I'm chatting to Siki Msuseni, who is the founder of Amplified Africa. It's a digital marketing agency invested in teaching young women digital marketing skills for economic emancipation. She has been a strategic communicator for brands and since been featured in Go Hustle, which is a digital platform that showcases young women in business. And I love Go Hustle. Absolutely beautiful resource as well, because this Youth Month, ABSA, is not just celebrating youth. They are doing something so much bigger. They are backing youth-owned SMEs to grow. They want to revive youth-owned businesses and are committing to backing over 100 youth-owned entrepreneurs around the country. So, Siki, I think the big question is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I want to sit in boardrooms where we are changing policies for women. The gender pay gap is big.
Too big.
And that's why I'm invested. You may be asking, why only women? It's because of the gender pay gap. If it wasn't for that, I would be teaching digital marketing skills also to men.
Yeah.
But I can't because we've got a mandate to fulfill. So I see myself sitting in those boardrooms where we're talking about ICT and where we can take this digital revolution to. Yeah.
Beautiful. And if people want to find out more about the work that you do and, get involved with, kind of learning about the world of digital marketing, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active at. It's amplified_Africa. It's so simple, amplified_Africa. And that's where you'll get your free resources on how you can elevate your Instagram page. Yeah.
Which we have learned now is a monetized space.
It is.
Not just for hashtag selfies. You can actually make money from the internet.
Absolutely.
Any final words as we close down? And of course, as we already are starting to say goodbye to the month of June, which is so scary because 2022 is flying by too fast.
Yes.
But opportunities and platforms like this remind us that each and every one of us have the opportunity to live the life of our dreams. And especially to our youth, I know that we are living in very uncertain times and very difficult times as well. But you are a young person doing amazing things, making incredible strides. What is your word of motivation, inspiration to the youth of South Africa?
My motivation is that Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish by Steve Jobs. And to say to the young youth out there, we're working in very gloomy times, doom times. There's gender-based violence. We cannot walk away from that. But we need to also come together as women and learn new skills where we can be economic emancipated and not rely on our partners for income. Yeah.
Absolutely. Economic emancipation. I like that. And not relying on our partners for income. Hey, they have a great income. That's good too. But we will as well. Siki, thank you so much for joining us today and being my first guest on our Financial Talk with ABSA. You have been absolutely incredible. And what is wonderful about you is having seen you in the industry, you know, for the last 5 years and seeing your journey and now seeing you as a business owner is absolutely wonderful for me. And I can attest to the fact that this young woman is doing amazing things, and I cannot wait to see where you go in the next 5 years.
Thank you for all the good questions.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Huh? So they did a good job by having me here? Oh, okay, thank you. If you've just joined us, Siki Msuseni is the founder of Amplified Africa, which is a digital marketing agency invested in teaching young women digital marketing skills. And we're wrapping up our very first chat with one of our experts. As Youth Month, ABSA is not just celebrating youth, they are doing something so much bigger. They are backing youth-owned SMEs to grow. I love what they're doing. They want to revive youth-owned businesses and are committing to backing over 100 youth-owned entrepreneurs around the countries. Now, be the me in SME. Let's grow Mzansi Kaufela. That is Africanacity. ABSA is an authorized FSP. T's and C's apply. Catch us again next week. I'm going to be chatting to two amazing women who also started their business in very trying times and are doing absolutely amazing work as well. Make sure that you check this out. We're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube, and we are on Good Up FM's website. Download the app so that you can carry us wherever you go, anytime, anywhere. My name's Leigh-Anne Williams for Good Up FM. Siki Msuseni.
Thank you.
We're out.